thought you guys could help me make dinner. Today we're gonna be making what is this called? It's called something. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Brandy. Tonight I've got another really simple meal for you. We're gonna be making a sausage and mushroom pasta bake. So why don't you come in a little bit closer and I'll show you what we need. All right, so here's what we need. We've got about a pound of cremini mushrooms sliced, 1 small white onion finely chopped, 6 to 7 cloves of minced garlic. Yes, this is a lot. You can adjust it to suit your tastes. 4 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. I don't know if we're going to use all of this, but this is for sprinkling on the top, so we'll see how much we need. Got a pound and a half of Italian sausage. Even though this is in links, I'm going to cut it out of the casings before we brown it up. Sauce. This is a giant Costco-sized jar of red sauce. Probably not going to use all of this. If you have a regular sized jar, that should be plenty. Just use whatever brand you like. And last but not least, we have the pasta. This is a half a pound of ziti. You can really use any shape that you like, but I do find that this works better with a smaller, close to bite-sized pasta as opposed to something long and stringy like a spaghetti or fettuccine or something like that. All right, now that we have our ingredients together, I will meet you back at the stove and let's get started. All right, so here we are. I've got a little bit of avocado oil that's already preheated in this pan. It's on a little bit higher than medium heat. Here are the sausages that I took out of the casing already. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them in here. And we'll cook these all the way through. All right, I think the sausage is done. I did turn off the heat. I'm gonna use this slotted spoon to remove the sausage from the pan, put it in this bowl, and then we will add in the onions and mushrooms here in just a minute. Okay, now at this point you also want to go ahead and get your pasta cooking in another pot. I'm doing that off camera because I assume that you know how to cook pasta. So what we're going to do, I left the sausage grease in here because I want my onions and mushrooms to cook in that. I'm going to turn my heat back on medium and in go the mushrooms. And I'm just going to let these cook down for a few minutes before I add in the onions. So I don't know if you can tell, but these mushrooms have released a lot of liquid at this point. So I did turn my heat up just a little bit. It was on medium. I turned it up to, I don't know, somewhere between medium and medium high, just so that the liquid cooks off a little bit faster. All right, now that the liquid has cooked off and the mushrooms have just started to brown a little bit, I'm gonna add a little bit more oil and then the onions. I'm using avocado oil, by the way. Onions in, and here we go. I did turn the heat back down to medium, and we'll just let these go for a few more minutes until the onions get nice and soft. And at this point, I'm also going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 425 just so that it's ready when we need it. All right, now that looks almost done. I'm going to go ahead and add in the garlic just at the last minute here. And I'm also going to season with salt and pepper. All right, this is looking good and we are just about done here. Now I'm going to go ahead and remember our sausage from earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and add this back in. Then I'm going to add our pasta. This has already been cooked. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off right now too. This is why you want a big pot so that everything fits in. All right, and last we have our sauce. Like I said, this is a giant jar that I have here, so I'm going to start with about half. Let's see how that looks. You really just want everything to be coated pretty generously with the sauce. I'll add a little bit more. So yeah, it was probably about 3/4 of this really big jar. So yeah, like I said earlier, one of the regular size jars would probably be just enough. All right, so to be perfectly honest, you could stop right here if you want. Everything's already cooked. You just scoop it into a bowl, throw some cheese on top, and you are good to go. We are gonna put this one into a pan though and stick it in the oven. So let me show you how we do that. All right, so here we have a 13 by 9-inch pan, and I'm going to very carefully transfer the contents of this pot into the pan. All right, now I'm just gonna spread this out into an even layer. And then it's time for the cheese. So like I said earlier, this bag of cheese that I have is about 4 cups. Let's see how much it takes to cover this. All right, I think that looks pretty good. We will call that 2 cups of cheese on top. And if you're anything like me, you're just gonna add more cheese when you eat it anyway. So this is good for now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this into a preheated 425-degree oven until the cheese gets nice and melty, and then I'll probably end up switching it to broil at the end just so the cheese can get nice and brown. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and check on it. So the cheese is nice and melted. I do want it to be a little bit more brown, so I am gonna turn the broiler on for just a few minutes, but keep a very close eye on it. All right, that is looking just about perfect. I did go ahead and turn the oven off. Let's pull this out and take a closer look. All right, so this is how it turned out. Doesn't it look delicious? Obviously you want to let it cool down before you dig in, but this is ready to go. Maybe serve a little vegetable on the side or a salad and you have a great dinner. This is something that's really easy to make ahead as well and is great for leftovers. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you try this recipe, and I really hope that you do, leave me a comment down below and let me know how it turned out, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.